Study Guide 8, page 2, number 10. Solve this equation. Got a little distributing. So I've got 8 plus 16x is equal to negative 3 times negative 4, which is 12x, plus 12. Just distributing that negative 3. I'm going to move my 12x, and I get 8 plus 4x is equal to 12. Get rid of the 8. 4x equals 4. Divide by 4. X is equal to 1. Number 11, domain and range. Domain in a relation is the set of numbers used for the x's. We've got 3, 3, 5, 6, 9. Well, we don't repeat our numbers, so we've got 3, 5, 6, 9, and they actually fell in order there. And then the range are the values of our y's, which are 8, 2, 2, 1, 1. So it'll be an 8 and a 2 and a 1. Solve this equation for m. We need to get m by itself. So I'm going to rewrite it over here. And I already know I need to get rid of the 2 and the negative y. Well, the y is further away, so let's get rid of it first. So we get 2m is equal to 7 plus y. It's commutative. You can turn it around if you want to. We need to get rid of the 2, which we need to divide on both sides. So we get m is equal to 7 plus y over 2. There's usually, at this point, there's not a lot of cleanup on those. It's pretty much, that's it. That's your simplifying. Okay, number 13. Simplify and write answer in scientific notation. Well, let's put our 4.4 over 4 together. And let's put our 10 to the 16 over 10 to the negative 2 together. So 4.4 divided by 4 is 1.1. Now I've got two negative 10s on the bottom. Try that again. I've got 10 to the negative 2 on the bottom, and I'd like to get these together. So if I move these to the top to get rid of the negatives, I'll have 18 10s on the top. Well, this is in between 1 and 10. And this is a power of 10, so I've already got what I need right there. Didn't have to do a lot of extra work on that one. Number 14, factor completely. Factor, write it as multiplication. So we need a GCF and the leftovers. Well, I'm not going to do it by factor trees. If you feel like you need to, you can go ahead and set it out. You can come talk to me about it. But I'm just going to talk you through it, just like we've been doing lately. If I take the GCF of 8 and 12, the biggest number that will go in 8 to 12 is 4. So let's just do the numbers. So when I take a 4 away from this factor tree, I'd have a 2 left. And take a 4 away from this one, I'd have a 3 left. Well, I notice this one has 2 m's and this one has 4, so they have 2 m's alike. None left in the first factor tree and 2 left in the second one. This one has 4 n's and this one has 1 n, so they have 1 n alike. This one has 3 left, and this one has none left. You can always check it by distributing backwards. You can multiply this times this to get this, and this one times this one to get this one. Okay, I've got another distributing one. Probably going to have some cleanup, so let's go ahead and distribute, and then we'll clean it up. Let's go ahead and put a 1 under this one. So we've got x to the 5th over y to the 11th, plus, on top, 2 x to the 6th, y to the 8th, over y to the 7th. There's not much cleanup on this one. This one's already simplified. And this one, if I have 6 x's on top, and, x's don't cancel. If I have 8 y's on top and 7 on the bottom, then 7 will cancel and leave me, this is supposed to be a plus, I got a 2 on top, an x to the 6 on top, and I've got 1 y on top. You can put a 1 under that, or you can just leave it as an expression. Number 16, power of a power. So everything in here is going to be raised to the third power. So let's look at our exponents to start with. 3 has an exponent of 1. I'm going to write this a little bit larger. And x to the 5th, y to the 1, z to the 2, and then everything's raised to the third. So the rule says that power of a power is you multiply the exponent. So I'll have 3 to the 1 times 3. x to the 5 times 3. I'm going to actually go ahead and put that step in there. 1 times 3, 5 times 3, y to the 1 times 3, and then the z to the 2 times 3. Now you don't have to put that there, but it just kind of sets the rule up for you. So you've got 3 to the 3, and I hope you think it's okay if I go ahead and put 27 there. Then x to the 15th, y to the 3rd, z to the 6th. Number 17, find the x and y intercepts of this particular line. It's where it crosses the x and y axis. So I'm going to set it up as a t-table. Now if I want the x-intercept, I put a y in for x. So I'm going to label this. This is be the x-intercept. And if I want the y-intercept, I'll put a blank there. And if I want the y-intercept, I'm going to put x in, 0 in for x. So I've got negative x plus 3 times 0 equals 9. Now most of you can shortcut that, but I'm just going to put the steps in for quick review. So this becomes 0. I have negative x equals 9. Divide by negative 1, and I get x is negative 9. So my x-intercept is negative 9. Across the x-axis, way over to the left at negative 9. Now if you put 0 in for y, for x, let's go over here and do that. I'll have negative 1 times 0. That's what that actually says there. Plus 3y equals 9. Well, this is just 0, so I have 3y equals 9. Divide by 3. Y is equal to 3. So it's going to cross the y-axis at positive 3. Number 18. I don't think I have any graph paper handy, but I think I can sketch this for you and you'll be okay. Graph a line with an x-intercept of negative 2 and a y-intercept of 4. So let's just sketch. I'm going to sketch it. When you do it on test, you'll definitely want to do it on graph paper. Okay, x-axis, y-axis. I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, y-x-intercept, negative 2. That means it crosses the x-axis over here. And it crosses the y-axis at 1, 2, 3, 4. And I do happen to have a ruler, and so I'll take my straight edge and connect that. And there's the line. Number 19. A stalk of corn casts a shadow of 156 inches, while a 6-inch ear of corn casts a shadow of 13 inches. Find the height of the stalk of corn. Let's set up a little picture. I'm going to draw my stalk and its shadow. So I've got a stalk that has a shadow of 156 inches, and we don't know the height of the stalk, so that's our x. And then we've got this little ear of corn, and it's 6 inches. Notice everything's in inches, so we're okay with our units, and its shadow is 13 inches. Now, these are proportional. They're at the same time of day. If you're at the same time of day, the shadows are always, the triangles are going to be proportional. So I can match them up this way. I can go across. There's several different ways that you can match them up. Just make sure you don't crisscross. Don't go backwards. So x, I'm going to actually set it up big triangle to little triangle. So I'm going to say x is to 6 as 156 is to 13. Cross multiply. So I have 13x is equal to, let's see, 156 times 6. 33. 936. Divide by 13. Let's see if I can squeeze that in right here. Okay, 13, I believe 13 times 7, that's 91. And we have 22 and then 26, and that goes exactly 2 times. So the height of the cornstalk, x is equal to 72, and be sure and put your inches, 72 inches. So the cornstalk's 6 feet tall, 72 inches. Okay, find the 76th term of this arithmetic sequence. So we've got 8, 6, 4, 2. Notice it's going down by 2's. And this is the first term, and I'm going to actually label it a sub 1, and we want to go way out here and find the 76th term. So my formula is a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. So a sub 76, that's the term I'm looking for, is the first term, 8, plus 76 minus 1 times the d. Now be careful on this one. You're subtracting 2, so the d is what you're adding. Subtracting 2 is adding a negative 2. And we'll put that in parentheses so it doesn't look like minus 2. So now we have 8 plus 75 times negative 2, which is 8 plus, this is negative 150, and that's going to be negative 142.